couple years ago. I wrote it at the Basilica of San Antonio in Padova, which is this beautiful church in Italy where I guess apparently, I'm not Catholic, so I don't know much about the saints, but there's two St. Anthony's, but this is the St. Anthony that's the patron saint of lost things. And there's this beautiful shrine in the middle of the church where people leave notes that they've written to St. Anthony asking for his help in returning things, but it's not usually, your keys or whatever. It's there's lots of really lovely letters from families looking for children that have gone missing, or people that have lost their loved ones that have gone on to other places. And I was very moved by it, so I wrote a song. Well, St. Anthony, I'm slipping. I've gotta learn to walk with a rope tied around my waist. If I insist on digging up every past mistake, and resurrection's a scary thing when it sneaks up on you. The tomb should stay closed, 'cause ghosts aren't for talking to. But St. Anthony, there seems to be something I've lost, and it's staring me square in the face. And St. Anthony, can you take a moment's pause? Sift through what can still be saved. I thought I saw a rooftop covered in snow, but it was only made of steel, reflecting light in the sun. And I could use nerves of steel now, 'cause I'm coming undone. And sometimes there's bridges to burn. If you burn the wrong one, you better be a good swimmer in the long run. And St. Anthony, there seems to be something I've lost, and it's staring me square in the face. And St. Anthony, can you take a moment's pause? Sift through what can still be saved. And St. Anthony, there seems to be something I've lost, and it's staring me square in the face. And St. Anthony, can you take a moment's pause? Sift through what can still be saved. Thank you. No, I don't think my fingers are long enough to wear the gloves and play the guitar, so I'm gonna rock and roll. I think only the second gig I ever played, I went to A&M, and there's a festival there called Northgate Music Festival, and I just entered it just because, and then they gave me a slot, and I totally was unprepared, and it was March, and it was extraordinarily cold that evening. I bet it was in the 40s, and I just was learning to play the guitar, so I barely knew what I was doing anyway, and then I couldn't feel my fingers. It was memorable. And then I took all that experience and I moved to Austin, and I wrote this song, and it's called Austin, I Made a Mess.
Oh yeah.
Well, I had a heart full of good intent, a sweet little house, paid a decent rent, but I shouted and shouted, and no one heard. I tried to carve out my own little place, I followed the rules till I was blue in the face, but someone else always had the last word. And if a tree falls and no one hears, well, it's like that with all of these years. No one knows what happened, so maybe nothing really happened in Austin. I made a mess out of this and I'm going home. I only saw the dark of your sunny side, left me feeling alone. And you won't even notice, there's a lot of people, they come and go. You only hear what you want to hear. You only know what you want to know. Well, I guess I tried to tame you, but you know that you can't blame me for that, 'cause I know I'm not the first to make that mistake. And you never made me a promise, but you seem so full of promises. Was I a fool to think there's one in there for me? But if a tree falls and no one hears, well, it's like that with all of these years. No one knows what happened, so maybe nothing really happened in Austin. I made a mess out of this and I'm going home. I only saw the dark of your sunny side, left me feeling alone. And you won't even notice, there's a lot of people that come and go. You only hear what you want to hear. You only know what you want to know. And if a tree falls and no one hears, well, it's like that with all of these years. No one knows what happened, so maybe nothing really happened in Austin. I made a mess out of this, now I'm going home. I only saw the dark of your sunny side, left me feeling alone. Well, I won't even notice, there's a lot of people, they come and go. You only hear what you want to hear. You only know what you want to know. Thank you. We play with a really great guy named Joe Reyes. He's a friend of ours from San Antonio that tours